Hi everyone, this is Alicia, and um, today I am doing my very first tutorial. It is a makeup tutorial, um, and today I'm going to do a birthday makeup for my birthday because today is my birthday. Anyway, I'm 32 years young now, so I just wanted to do a makeup tutorial for my birthday. And people have been asking me, not on Facebook or social media, but personally, because when they see me with makeup on, they think it's so great. And I'm not really a professional makeup artist at all. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, but I am not a professional makeup artist. It's just that I'm fascinated with all things fashion and all things makeup. So, with no further ado, let's proceed. I have already washed and moisturized my face. Um, and secondly, I'd like to say, if the quality of the video is not all that great, I'm using my laptop uh, camera. The professional camera that I did have, I no longer own anymore. It has been misplaced or wherever it's at. God bless somebody else with it. Let's put it that way. So anyway, with no further ado, let's proceed. Um, Most of the products that I do use on my face as far as makeup go are e.l.f. products. And I love e.l.f. because it's affordable and it's natural. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to start off with an e.l.f. toner. It's a mineral face, not toner. It's a mineral face primer. I don't know. Can you see that? Can you see that? It's the e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. So, what I like to do is I take a little of that and a little of the e.l.f. foundation. Not a lot. And I take my two fingers and I just kind of put it all over my face. Rub it in real nice and everything. Make sure I get it all over the skin. Don't forget the hairline and all of that. Okay? So, that's that. Let me pull this down just a little bit more. Okay. Now that I have done that, we're going to do a concealer. As you can tell, I have a little darkness underneath the eyes, but I was always taught I'm going to use a concealer, which is the Black Radiance Concealer. And it's a couple of shades lighter than I am. And I know a lot of people are like probably saying to themselves, why is she using such a light concealer? Well, it's to conceal and it brightens up everything. I'm not gonna do a lot of contouring all over the face and everything. I am just going to, do a couple of spots. So I'm gonna do right underneath the eye right here. And if you see me looking away from the camera, it's because I'm using my mirror as well. Okay. So we're gonna do a little bit underneath the eye, and I don't put it directly underneath the eye into my hairline. I don't use a lot and I don't rub it. I don't like rub it, I dab it because I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to blend it in. But you don't want to put it directly under that dark area of your eye. Then I do my nose a little. My nose. I don't like to do my whole forehead because I have the 5 head. If you don't know what a 5 head is, that means that my forehead is really huge. Okay? I don't do my chin and all of that because I already have a long face and I really don't want to highlight all of that. I do put a little here, but not a whole lot. But I don't do all that. I already have a long face. Okay, so after you do that, sometimes I use my finger, my two middle fingers, because you don't put too much pressure on them with using your two middle fingers. So these two fingers I use to blend sometimes. And I just kind of blend it upwards, down and upwards. I don't want to rub too hard. I kind of pat. And you see how it's giving you that nice lightness right there. And then what I like to do is I like to take my e.l.f. blending brush and I go back over in circles and go upward to kind of blend out the hard lines that you may have. Okay, so now that you've done that, you want to do your eyes. I like to use the e.l.f. eye primer. It's not written on there because I use it so much. And you just put a little bit on your eyes, on your eyelid. You don't need like a whole lot. I don't like putting a whole lot of product on my face. And you just kind of rub it in. After I do that, I also like to put a little concealer. Maybe I just put that concealer. I also like to put a little concealer on the eyelids too, because it kind of helps with the eyeshadow being nice and bright, and it kind of helps it stay on the eyes better. And honestly, I didn't believe people when they was telling me that at first until I started doing it. And then once I started doing it, I realized they weren't crazy. They were actually telling the truth. And it does actually work. Now, I know you may be thinking to yourself, wow, her foundation looks really light. But this is not really the foundation. After I do my eyes, I like to finish everything with the actual um, foundation that I use for my face to kind of seal everything in. Okay, so I am now going to do my eyeshadow. See the concealer and everything on my eyes. You can see my face. No more dark circles. No more dark circles. Okay. Um, the eyeshadow that I'm using is Perfect Tea. I got it from the hair store. It was $2.99. I really don't discriminate on eyeshadows. If it's affordable and it looks good, I use it. And it has pretty good staying power. So, and the color, as you can tell, I use this eyeshadow palette a lot. The color I'm going to use is going to be, um, I'm going to use this hot pink color on my eyelids. So we're going to start with, sometimes I like to use these little sponge brushes and sometimes I don't, because um, it's kind of hard to keep the little sponge brushes clean, and um, you don't really get an exact coverage with it. But today, for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you how it looks with the sponge brush and the actual eyeshadow brush. And this look that I'm doing is not actual, it's not an everyday look, and it's not a, something that you would do on a regular basis, like if you were going out somewhere, yeah, because this is going to be a dramatic look. Okay, so I'm going to, what I like to do is, oh, I thought I had some, oh, um, what I like to do is, I like to wet the sponge a little bit, and I usually do that with this e.l.f. makeup misting set, and you only need one good little spray. You don't need a whole lot, and you get that pink on there real good, and it's gonna look very bright when you put it on. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put that on this part of your eyelid. Okay, you want to stay away from the crease, which is right here, that brow bone. So everything underneath the brow bone is where you want to put the eyeshadow at. Or some people just like to line their eyes with the eyeshadow, but I like colors, and I like to use lots of colors. Take your eyeshadow brush and then dust it over one more time, dry, with the pink eyeshadow. Just to make sure that pigment is removed. The next color I want to do is I'm going to do this nice blue color, if you can see it. That nice blue color right there. No, you're probably thinking to yourself, pink and blue. Pink and blue? Why would you do pink and blue? I look at makeup as art. So colors and the way that you do it, it expresses how you feel. So, and I feel like pink and blue today. You know, nice islandy Caribbean, I guess, type color. So I'm going to do the blue like right in this area here in the corner until probably about right there. So like I said, I wet my sponge so I can get a nice deep blue color. When I'm in a very happy mood, I like to wear bright colors. Okay, so like I said, we're going to put it right here to probably right there. And then I'll come back with a different color for the corners. So we're going to pat that on right above that pink. See? And I know it looks crazy right now, but I promise you, once you're finished, it's not going to look crazy. After you do all the blending and everything, it's not going to look crazy. I'm going to continue with the light colors, and I'm going to do a silver. But with the silver, I'm going to put it in the corners, in the crease. And so I'm going to spray a little bit of mine on my brush. We're going to take the silver and get that in that brush real good. And like I said, I am not a professional at all. And most of these ideas of makeup colors and stuff I kind of came up with on myself. Okay, so you want to put that right in the crease. And right in the corner. And I don't suggest brushing it on. Patting it is the best way to get it on there. See? A little bit more silver. And it's okay to kind of bring it through to that, in that blue a little bit, because it's going to give your eye a little more definition. That's what the crease brush is for. Helps with creating. Just like in painting and in art, you have your tools to do certain things, and so use them to their best ability. It's like painting a picture. Now we're going to move on to the next eye. Okay, so now that you have done that, I'm going to give you a nice little close-up. Okay, now that you have done that, once again, wipe off that brush. Won't be using that anymore, but I'm going to take my eyeshadow blending brush by e.l.f. It looks like this. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I showed you the eyeshadow brush. This is the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and this is the e.l.f. crease brush. Okay, so now you want to blend the colors, okay? And I like to work from the corner inwards. Some people like to go this way, but I'm going to show you. And you want to go and just kind of blend it. So you don't have those harsh lines. That you have. You want to bring it upwards, not downwards. Kind of blend it up. You see that? See how it's blended? And once again, like I said, I like to take this brush and kind of dust off that excess. Sometimes you get it underneath the eye. Now, as you can see, I have a little eyeshadow right here in my waterline, and I like to leave that there because I have very small eyes, and so leaving that there and then lining my eyes from here to here opens up my eye so that it won't look so small. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my angle brush and use my black eyeshadow, but I'm going to wet it first and use my black eyeshadow to line my eyes because my liquid, I have some e.l.f. liquid liner. Is the e.l.f. eyeliner pen. You can see that. It's the e.l.f. eyeliner pen, and it works really well, but I don't have any left. It's all gone. So when you run out of stuff, you got to use other stuff. So like I said, I'm going to spray this with my e.l.f. mineral makeup mist and set. And I'm going to use the black. There it goes right there. I'm going to use the black. As you can tell, I use the black quite a bit to hold the skin taut. Not really tight, but taut so that you can get a really clean line. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to put it right there where your eyelashes are at. Okay. I like to close my eye as well so I don't poke myself in the eye. And then line it all the way to the corner. Now sometimes I do a winged eye, but I'm not getting to that part just yet. Now I'm going to do the bottom part. I'm not going to put as thick of a line on the bottom part. I'm just going to put it right on the waterline. So it's good to just pull it down just a little bit and put it right there on the waterline. And then bring it right on up and out. And there you go. A nice lined eye. Now for the other side. Now that you have done that, I like to be a little fancy sometimes. I like to be a little fancy. And when I say fancy, this is what I mean. I like to take this flat brush that I have. It's not an angled brush, it's just a flat brush. And put a little eyeshadow right underneath that liner. So I'm going to do pink from here to probably about the center of my eye. And then I'm going to do blue from the corner to the center of my eye. And you do it right underneath the lash line. Right underneath the lash line. I don't like bringing it all the way down to here because then it looks crazy to me. Now I have seen some professionals do it like that and it looks really, really good. I have not perfected that technique, so I am not going to do that. Okay. With that being said, we're going to take this and go right underneath the eyeliner. You see where the eyeliner is? Right underneath the eyeliner, and just dab it on there. Right underneath the eyelashes. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Eye. See the difference? Really close up there. See the difference? There's none on this side. There's some on that side. Okay. Now for the other eye, you brush that off and you get your blue. Make sure you get quite a bit of blue. And you do the corner the same way. You get right at that line. And you go from the corner to the center. And see how that opened up my eyes a lot, a lot, a lot. Now you might have to go back with your black eyeliner and line that corner part again because you put that blue on there, but it's okay. You just go ahead and put it on your liner, the water line, and with the blue you put it right. You want to really, really, if you have small eyes, you want a really, really, really thin line in this corner part. Okay, you don't want a thick line because it's going to close your eyes up, and you don't want your eyes to be closed. If you have wider eyes, you really want to line the whole eye, and you can do a thicker line. Don't do it too thick though, because then you'll look like somebody punched you in the face. You don't want to look like that. So you want to put it right in the water line. And when I say the water line, that's right there Like when you pull it down and you see that line right there, that's where you want to put it at. So we're going to put that line, put that liner in there, and move my mirror so I'm not too far out the camera. I'm going to put that liner right at that water line. See what I mean? See the difference? Now, for the corners, even though I did that silver eyeshadow, I do want to darken it just a little bit and bring it all together. So I'm going to take my crease brush once again, and I'm not going to do like a black or anything like that. I am going to take this burgundy color right here, and this is a which eyeshadow this is. This is a Profusion eyeshadow. Profusion eyeshadow. I got it from CVS. And I'm going to take that burgundy color. I'm not even going to wet it because I'm not going to use that much of it. And I'm going to put it right in the corner of the eye. Right underneath that brow bone. And I'm just going to dab it on there a little bit. And see how that darkened that up? And once you do that, you take your blending brush and you just blend it inward. And you see the difference? That one doesn't have it, and this one has it. Kind of blend it outward too. Give your eye a natural lift. Now, like I said, you might have to go back in with the blues and the pinks, you know what I'm saying, to redefine those colors. But I'm pretty happy with it right now. Let me go back in with a little bit of blue to kind of define that blue a little bit more, because it got lost in the silver. It's okay. And then I'm going to go back in with that pink. You want to go back in with these colors before you line your eyes. But like I said, it's an art, you know, trial and error. Figure out what works best for you. And then you want to take your brush and blend it out. Blend that blue right on in there. And it's going to start to look a little purple in the corners, and that's fine. You're going to get rid of them harsh lines. You hear a lot of background noise. That's my son doing God knows what with balloons. He's crazy with balloons, and I don't like balloons. Okay. And there you go. I'm going to take my liner and clean that up a little bit. I also like to use my angle brush to do my eyebrows. And I like to use my black eyeshadow to do my eyebrows. Now, for those who are like perfect with eyebrows, kudos to you. I ain't that great because my eyebrows, as you can tell, are very, very, very thin. And even when I go and get them shaped, which they really they need to be shaped. They need to be shaped now, but I haven't been able to do that. I like to take this little foundation brush and kind of brush my eyebrows a little bit, kind of rough them up, and then smooth them back. And like I said, this brush has a little bit of concealer on it. So it's lightening up that area so I can pretty much almost have a clean slate. Okay, I sprayed my brush again. Where's my eyeshadow? I take the black eyeshadow. And I like to draw a line first. Like I said, I'm not too great with eyebrows, but I like to draw my line first. I like to draw how I want my eyebrows to look. Before I actually do the actual brow. See what I mean? And the best way to do your eyebrows, this is how I learned in cosmetology school, okay? You take like a pencil or something like that, okay? And you line your eyebrows like this. This is where you go to the corner of your eye. Okay. This is where your eyebrow should start, at the corner. This is where the arch should start, right where the pupil, when you're looking straight, right where the pupil is at. And then right at the corner of the eye is where it should end. Right at the corner is where your eyebrow should end. Okay, now that I have done that, let me do the other side. Draw the other side. And it's very difficult for me to get both my eyebrows to look exactly the same. But I try my best. You just gotta take your time and be patient. And there. Now what you want to do is kind of fill it in. And I'm not going to need a lot to fill it in because I don't want them to be too dark. So you go ahead and you fill it in. Now that you've got your line, and once you start filling it in, you can kind of feel the shape of it coming along. Sometimes I like to line the top too, so that I can get that line. What I like to do is I like to take a cream eyeshadow and just kind of go underneath my brows with it to kind of define them a little bit more, and then blend it out. So right here on the brow bone is where you want to put that eyeshadow, like a light colored eyeshadow, right there on the brow bone. So we're going to do that. Right on the brow bone. Come down. You don't want it to be thick when you're coming towards this part. You want it to be thin and then get thicker at the brow bone. You see? Ooh, excuse me. Okay. My nose is watering. I don't know if you guys could see that, but I have my shadow is so fabulous. Okay. Now, what you want to do is after you do that, you take your blending brush once again. I'm going to take my and dust it off because I blended all those other colors, and you just kind of want to brush and blend that in. See how that looks? Blend that in. Finish. So what I like to do after I finish is take my concealer. I'm sitting on my bed. Take my concealer and put it on my foundation brush and kind of clean up the face a little bit where you got the fallout and underneath the eyes and things like that. And this is a good way to clean up your eyebrows too. If your eyebrows aren't completely even, it's a good way to clean up your eyebrows too. And to the part, you might have some eyeshadow all up in that little part. Clean that whole area up. Right underneath the eye. Don't do it too hard. Don't forget your face is the skin on your face is very thin. You don't want to damage it. Come all the way around. Clean that up a little bit. Clean up this area where that shadow is at. Okay. And just kind of bring that outward. Doing this just gives you a very clean and perfected look, and it helps with getting that eyeshadow that you may have had on your eye to fall out and everything from your eye off your eyes. Okay, so now that you have done that, you can now take your big foundation, your powder brush. I do have an e.l.f. powder brush. I don't really use it because I don't really like the feel of it. I'm gonna get a different one. I really don't like it. And the shape of it is not really poofy like this one. I like the poofy one. Okay, so I'm using the Milani uh, cream to powder foundation, and so I just take this brush, and then I just dab it on my face and blend it in later after I have dabbed it all over. Then I take the brush and just kind of blend it in really, really good. You see? No, go ahead, just a little bit more. You always, when you're putting on foundation, you want to go in circles, but you want to go upwards as well. Okay? Then after I do that, you see that shine that I have on my face? I like to take a little bit of pressed powder. Well, not pressed powder, but this is mineral powder from Modus Makeup. And I just kind of dust over my face with it. And it gets rid of that shine. And it finishes the look. And you don't need a whole lot of powder and a whole lot of foundation. You need very, very little. And I've had this foundation for I've had this powder foundation for over a year now. And I love it because it's the custom kind. And you're not going to find Motives in the stores. So, get your T-zone area. This is your T-zone area right here. Right underneath your eyes. And there you go. All done. Now, the lipstick that I'm going to use is going to be a pink lipstick. And it's by LA Colors. It is called Pink Frost. See? It's the lipstick I'm going to use. And being that it's so frosty and pink, I usually don't put a gloss on it. But I'm going to use this e.l.f. lip balm. It's got tint. It's got a little bit of a tint in it. And I'm going to rub it on there. And there you go. And last and final detail is a contouring blush and bronzer. And this is also by e.l.f. This blush is going to go directly on my cheekbones. And the bronzer is going to go on my T-zone area. So we're going to put this right on the cheekbones and just dab it on there. And on the camera, you may not can see the color on the camera because I don't have perfect lighting and all that. Eventually I'll get it. And you just dab it on there. Now I'm going to take my blending brush and just then I'm going to take my bronzer and put it right in my T-zone area. And all done. And that is my makeup. See? Isn't it pretty? So thank you for watching. Rate this video, subscribe, follow me, do all that good stuff in here. Let me know what you think. I am new to this, so let me know what you think. And if you have any requests, I am happy to take requests. I do all kinds of tutorials, DIYs. I made these earrings, and I can do DIYs on jewelry making because I make jewelry as well. So if you have any requests, feel free to leave a comment and a request down below. Subscribe to my channel and thumbs up this video. Send it to your friends and give me your honest opinions and everything. Don't be mean. Be very respectful of my channel. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, love you. Smooches. Bye.